What is it about women that intimidates you the most? The fact that they're women and I feel I'm undesirable. What a succinct, yet accurate answer. And truly, it does encapsulate the problem well. I have absolutely zero issues talking with women in any context that isn't flirting romantic, but when it comes to that stuff, I have zero confidence. It isn't women specifically, it's rejection that is intimidating. When you can handle rejection in general, all sorts of encounters become less intimidating, even those with women whom you are attracted to. I can handle rejection all day long. I'll never lash out at a woman for rejecting me. Constant rejection will only make me want to try less and less until I have nothing left. Every time is like a tiny stab at your heart until it has so many holes it can't function anymore. I am afraid of being perceived as creepy. That's why I prefer women to make the first move. I know they're interested, and I don't think they're creepy or weird for doing so. I don't want to be labeled as a misogynist or predator. Probably doesn't help that I'm physically intimidating. I've missed on a potential relationship due to that. Also, texting a girl I've only talked to Earl feels weird for some reason. If I'm attracted to someone, I usually assume they're either not available or wouldn't be interested in me. But even more than that, I always feel like starting a conversation with someone is inconveniencing them. Relate to this strongly. I'm super self-conscious and hyper-aware of body language, so I don't ever want to come off as an annoyance or a bother. This is how I feel as a woman now. Well, now I have a partner, but it's still like this. When I try to make friends, people aren't interested in having me in their lives, talking to me is an inconvenience to them, etc. They're asses, but I'm on a journey to build an ass to surpass them. Physical beauty of a level that makes me think she can get anyone she wants, and I literally mean anyone in that scenario. So why would she want to be with me, of all people? Well, you have qualities, traits, and characteristics about you that she might be interested in. Never rule yourself out. Nothing about women that has to do with them as women intimidates me. If she is acting crazy and is swinging the knife around, I'd be intimidated, sure, but I'd be intimidated by a guy doing the same thing. Women who say that nobody dates them because they are intimidating in actuality probably have an attitude problem. Yeah, I don't think many men are actually scared of successful or confident women. Usually that phrasing is used by women who are just unbearable for other, sometimes related, reasons but refuse to realize they also have some flaws. My most recent ex is very attractive physically, enough that it ended up causing problems in our relationship from so many men coming on to her along with her inability to ever say no to them. She used to go through these phases of insecurity and complain that she was undesirable because no men ever showed interest in her. I would remind her of all the men that would come on to her, and she would always respond with like, yeah, well, he was too old, or he was too hairy, or he acted a little too creepy, or literally any other excuse. Turns out, she very much prefers a guy with certain physical traits that I just happened to meet. She would moan about how she's undesirable because nobody wants her, but in reality it was just because multiple guys of the exact type she likes weren't constantly trying to swoon her. So yeah, when I see an attractive woman who says the whole nobody dates me crap, instant red flag. They can look too good. Attractive doesn't always mean approachable. Funny enough, sometimes I put in more effort into my look on days I don't want to be fucked around with. Good observation. Their penis. The power they have over my gender has always amazed me. I think I can speak for most of the men that the only thing more powerful than money is pussy. If you think about it, economies pretty much run on pussy. At least it's a massive motivator for so much of the economy. I don't mean to be hyperbolic here either. I'm not sure what counts as filtering or sexual harassment anymore. Also, when a girl looks like she's in her 20s, then you find out she's 16. I am 19, and I look like 14 because I don't use makeup. If I'm intimidated by a woman, it's usually that she wields some kind of power and will use it against me. Like if she's attractive and I say or do something she doesn't like, she may make it clear that I am not welcome, not just in her presence, but also not welcome to anyone in her group. Or in a less sexual scenario, it is intimidating knowing that in modern public discourse there are a lot of things you can't say to about a woman, as they may be misconstrued as being aggressive or misogynistic. That you never know how they will react to something. Example. I was at a bar with friends. There was a woman sitting at a table across from us. She had the sweetest, infectious smile. At one point we were both at the bar getting drinks, and I told her that she had that kind of smile Instead of saying something like thank you, I got railed on for assuming it was okay to assume that her smile was for me and that I was sexist for telling her that. We can't even feel safe giving compliments anymore. This is why I never talk to women anymore. The court system, any woman who decides to put forth any kind of unproven and unprovable accusation can still end someone's career or even life. Just recently had a coworker who spent 2 days off work dealing with the fallout of a false accusation. He lost 2 days' pay, spent $1,100 in fees, and had his name published in the local police blotter. I doubt the false accuser will even get a comparable treatment. The sexual tension, it can't be addressed with most women unless you're close, not necessarily because they're unwilling to, but we have social conventions that prohibit us from speaking about sex and feelings openly in the workplace and in public. I'd feel weird, I'd risk making them feel weird, and I'd risk coming across as a clueless creep if I raised the subject. On the other hand, I'm, as a man, supposed to be the one who takes initiative and flirt. So there are a lot of women who are just waiting to receive attention, and some mistake me being friendly and interacting with them for flirting, and I get this feeling that they're trying to flirt with me, but if I ask they deny it, and if I ignore it some feel rejected or offended. It's a tough spot to be in. You're not exactly sure what's going on, and you're not exactly sure about what the appropriate response would be. When I work at the register, I notice that prettier, female customers often turn their head away, break eye contact, talk on the phone or otherwise keep me at distance. I'm usually well received by the other customers, and my guess is that they're just trying to avoid that awkward sexual tension. I'm sure they receive a lot of unwanted attention, so it makes sense, but it's also extremely hurtful to be rejected by default. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this elephant in the room called sexual tension. I'd rather address things so that we can reach some form of consensus about what's going on. Thanks for watching. Bye.